Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? I am Colin Ulrich.
Nine Rangru, hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we're on Haroshoje, and Rang, who's fighting today?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Gensei playing as Koruck 559 with a Flatline income. And on the right-hand side, we have finzent playing as the second Blindee with a Vanguard income.
Excellent, excellent. So, first of all, Rang, I'm sorry that I missed you last week. I was a bit knocked down and out with, I don't even know what it was, but I'm feeling much better now.
We missed you, Khan. It was a very lonely week. Good to have you back.
I appreciate that, thank you. And actually, I'm actually pretty stoked that we're going to be seeing ourselves some second Blindee. We've talked about them recently, but we haven't seen them in such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going to work out?
I've definitely got the Vanguard income, which is a good choice for him due to how good they are with A-phase unit card availability and aggressiveness, so to speak. But he's gonna have to try and get through the Koruck infantry spam, and on a town fight like this, and with SS Supers galore, it can be a bit of an issue.
Well, even almost humorously more than that is actually we see this one Pack 36, which is knocking down half-tracks, so 2/3 of this Voltigeur kind of push to the southern side of this town has just completely gone down already.
Yeah.
And a super early Junker is going to come in after those Chars. Now, there is a Bofors here, so we have to watch out for that. But, I don't know, I think I like his odds.
I do like getting the Bofors out very early on. It's honestly a very good idea against Koruck, because Koruck loves using his Bazookas. So just having that one anti-aircraft gun is pretty much almost gonna shut down this dude.
Or not.
No, we're not. Never mind. Might get the Kyo post-mortem, but it's a little bit too late.
But you know, from the grave, you just lost a hefty amount of investment early on.
Yeah, like, probably wasn't cost-effective for the airplane, but knocking out those two Shermans is definitely good. I'm trying to think of the word. It's good in the moment.
True.
Like,
True.
I'm trying to think of the word for it, but it's really bugging me.
You
know the words, Khan?
Well, the only words I basically have right now is, you know, it's good business for the moment.
Yes.
Now, interestingly, we do see a very early 81mm stovepipe over here from the German side of things. Unfortunately, we don't really see it really doing any kind of shelling. I don't know if he's got smart artillery on or what he's got going there.
Probably forgot about it.
That was my thought. Now, interestingly, even more so than that, is that we have super early commanders coming on both sides. Commandant and Commandant. Just somebody spells a little bit funny. I'll let you pick which one. Down the south, of course, we're going to see that kind of standard kind of, let's say, standoff play across the saddle. Yeah. But in the north, finzent is getting a little bit aggressive here, going after this forest, and I don't know if he really wants to get that close and cuddly.
Yeah, there's two Flamen rifles and they get good ambush, so however, it's a lot more French Flamens, and also this French sapper squad. It's a really scary thing.
It certainly is. I'm actually a little confused why this SPW did not shoot at that half-track at all, but, you know.
Yeah.
There we go, finally killed here. And Commandant's already coming under fire, so, don't leave from the front quick that much, my friend.
Yeah, you may want to pull back here, buddy. May want to pull back a bit. Oh, second Stuka tries to come in, but he gets completely shut down by NTA this time.
And this is when I bring the mortar immediately. I think to myself, okay, you know what? You have the IG-18, excuse me, the IG-290s, rather, excuse me.
Yeah.
But you got to counter battery fire, and there goes, geez, the Stuka's already down.
Oh, but it's a really good push here from finzent. No, he's using half-tracks very efficiently to, like, screen the ray. Usually it's, you know, kind of dangerous to use half-tracks in town fights, but thankfully, with Koruck, with not a lot of ground-based infantry AT, especially early on, those half-tracks are mean sons of bitches.
Certainly true, and it's not helped by the fact that we do have basically just Shrek squads. Now, we are kind of pioneers going up against Voltigeurs here, and the Volters seem to be caught a little bit on the back foot.
Yeah, the French infantry are very good in SD2, just due to the fact how powerful goddamn semi-automatic rifles are. So with the M1 carbines and the Garons, they do outstanding work.
No, this is kind of interesting. We actually have a light vehicle reinforcement coming over here from Gensei. What do you think about that?
Yeah, honestly, it's a very good call in getting those French and Austrian Yeah, the ATG is an Austrian. Recon vehicles, because you throw them into the town, that's what he's going to be using to knock out those half-tracks. Because all he really needs is light AT, just killing half-tracks. And he's starting to pick them off now. The T-34 in the town is actually doing pretty solid work.
Certainly seems to be the case. Now looking up to the north, that forest push has gone decently well over here for these sapeurs and these flame troops. But once you get further and further, we have a couple of Wendeschützen back there. And yes, you know how I feel pretty much about all of my, disheartened troops here. But Koruck, they can throw enough bodies, I would say, that they should be okay to stabilize.
Yeah, they just got goddamn human raves of the Landschützens and the Schupos. You just have so many guys, and both of them are pretty good infantry for the price. Landschützen, same price as, us as Truppen, but they got a machine gun. Albeit it's a World War I machine gun, but a machine gun nonetheless.
Yeah, I was going to say, as long as it kills things, that's kind of the important part. Now, down to the south, we are going to see that Gensei is going to go and have a bit of a tentative push across the saddle, and initial prospects do look good. That's only because there's not really a big defensive posture.
What he really needs down south is probably just a light vehicle or two, just to help out the infantry push. He is slowly picking off that 50 cal. Oh no, it's not 50 cal, it's just a 30 cal machine gun.
Meanwhile, third Stuka goes down. Does not matter if you're a Stuka or not, you guys. You're just way too out of date to be in this fight right now.
Yeah, it's quite crazy how that Landschützen completely shot out the 30 cal, even though Landschützen is disheartened, and it has a pretty, albeit rifle, was a crappy machine gun.
Yeah, but I think part of it has to do with the fact that we have the cover going on there. If you're thinking about it, ooh. This is interesting. Sorry, as I'm kind of watching this here, this 4-squad push backed up by the IG-290. It's not going to win any major awards, but we might see a potential flank here on the south. Sapeurs trying to go and justify against that. In fact, you see some smart orders happening to Sapeurs. But, I do not know if that's going to be enough.
No, it's a really good flanker from Gensei. Can he exploit it in time to secure the southern hill? Because he's really focused on everything in the center right now, bringing everything in the kitchen sink. Pack 36s and Landschützens galore.
But I think that's entirely necessary. Now, we are going to see finzent go in the other direction with all these Voltigeurs and more half-tracks, and actually a lot of M8s. But these Greyhounds, well, I'm not sure they're really catching their hairs today.
No, they're not. Kind of one's going a little bit cocky behind enemy lines here.
And at long last, the mortar actually gets himself into action, but he's not really doing a whole lot with it. He's just kind of dropping pretty short, as I think M21, okay, yeah, going after that German pocket in the center side of the town.
Got more Stukas being brought in. It's time for a northern flank, which is definitely a little bit safer in terms of anti-air coverage, as there isn't any.
Even more safe is the fact that he's going after 2 jeeps.
Yeah.
And he's dropping 1,000 kilograms of bombs. I'm pretty sure something should die here.
Bit overkill, but
Hey, man, you know what?
Guys.
Exactly. Now, Scott over here, he's beyond the front lines, and I can't... Yep, there we go. Faust's coming. A bit of an overkill to get 2 Fausts on that one. But, at the end of the day, that's what you need. That's what you need.
Real dynamic from both sides.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually making a comment about that. Ooh, we got some long, beautiful shots from his T-70s, his captured T-70s. And the one thing that really struck me until just this moment is how little anti-tank the French really have.
Yeah, he doesn't have any AT guns out. He really hasn't brought out any Shermans. He's really just using the sapeurs as his main anti-tank arsenal, and that's not helping him out right now because Gensei is starting to get the Koruck tank museum of tanks out. Just bringing a little bit of everything to showcase.
Now, amusingly, the sapeurs are moving on, and I think we actually see a T-34 get picked off here pretty quickly. As we have, Zook's up. Oh no, never mind. I kind of thought we were going to see a Zook on that. But we might just barely get back to friendly territory here. But as you might suspect, this major town fight is just kind of grinding and grinding and grinding. Gensei, though, we're into Phase B, so second Blindee does take its first economic deficit. Barely anything.
And it's not going to be too bad going into C phase because Gensei, with just a flatline income, it's not going to be having that much an advantage over finzent.
Certainly the case. Now, you said about all the half-tracks finding themselves as excellent anti-infantry, but we're discovering that they're falling down awfully quick here. Is that a function of just Koruck, or is that just misplaying?
That's just because Gensei's got tanks in the town, and finzent doesn't at the moment. I mean, finzent worked really early on with the half tracks, but now with no AT support, like you said earlier, no tanks, no nothing, they're unsupported. They need some Shermans in there. And that's what he's doing. He's actually getting 2 Shermans into the town right now, which is something he probably needed, like, 3 minutes ago.
Yes, but 3 minutes is an awfully long time on the battlefield. I was just checking down to the south real quick, and this push is a little bit stillborn and trying to stabilize. Yes, we have 2 Shermans. Yes, we have a Voltigeur squad, but there's still anti-tank there, and there's actually German reinforcements moving on in. Pioneers, Chumas, and even a 204.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
The Shermans are trying to assert themselves, the 2 Shermans moving forwards ever so delicately. Of course, they're picking on infantry, which is unfortunate for the infantry, and I think, honestly, kind of unfortunate for the tanks. I wish I could prioritize vehicles a little bit more there.
Yeah, but those Shermans are going to be really scary with that, like, freestyle veterancy.
True.
And also, because they're Shermans, they got those lovely stabilizers, which makes them useful in a town fight.
You know, we haven't mentioned those stabilizers in such a long time.
I know. It's so sad. An SD-44, pretty much all but one of the Allied divisions had Shermans in it, so we always found a way to mention stabilizers. Eastern Front, not the case.
No, not even remotely. Now, amusingly, down to the south, these Speerverbrands, I'm not going to say their squad actually correctly, but the 2 Shermans, well, they are now 2 coffee pots. They are quite brewed up. And I always forget about the Shrek side of things. I remember the Faust, but the Shrek I always forget about.
Yeah, it's such a funny, this tank arsenal. To say, you got your Panzer Shrek hands, and we also got some Panzer Faust, so you can take a few if you want.
Well, I guess there's that break class in case of emergency kind of approach.
Yeah, you can also blow up 2 tanks with 2 rocket launchers.
In the meanwhile,
blowing up the single rocket launcher,
First Tigers on the field, definitively needed over here in the center. It's sagging badly. Especially with the Sherman, like you said. Sherman's asserting itself, and they're taking out the last vestiges of infantry, and I think the Commandant went down too. Yes, the Commandant's gone.
Oh god, yeah, it's a pretty big loss, yeah. And now finzent, he's got those mortar half-tracks, and mortar half-tracks are goddamn scary, especially due to the fact they have the corrected shot radios. And this is great from finzent. He's got the 76mm Sherman coming in, he's got more infantry support, his half-tracks leading the ray. Like, as you saw, once she brought in the Sherman, she could pretty much kill Genshi's vehicles in the town and make tremendous headway.
That's true, but we still have this Tiger that's here. And there's nothing that's penetrating that skin.
Yeah, at that range, it's really going to come down to the 76mm Sherman to really do anything.
But the south is blown wide open. There is 2 squads holding the line down here, and frankly, nothing that they can do against these tanks. We have 4 rounds on a bazooka, but this T-60 should be able to see them pretty easily, I would hope.
I would hope. But he's kind of charging in a little bit willy-nilly, it seems, so I think he's going to be on the receiving end of a Zook rather shortly. Yep.
When you're right, you're right. But now we're going to see some engagement from a distance here. The Speerverbands trying to engage the sappers, being assisted by the 204. And there's another Sherman being brought onto the south. In fact, a bit of a column? Okay. A couple more squads of infantry.
Even though Gensei is losing the town in the middle, he's doing a very good job of trying to secure the southern hillside.
Yes.
At least. If he can secure it, Yeah, and you can actually start hitting the town from the side and cut off a little bit of the supply line to get an AT gun on the northern part of the southern hill. But he's not quite, yeah, Vincent is pushing pretty hard in the town still, and that Tiger got a little bit too close.
I don't know, the shooter's knocked out. I'm okay with that for another 3 seconds. You're not going to get that many criticals to take me completely out of the game just yet.
We got artillery being dropped on the Tiger now.
That is more terrifying.
Yeah, those mortars.
You know, this one Junker is probably going to go down. No, shockingly, he's okay for the moment. Where's the other one, though? Okay. Just an unmasking recon plane, just to kind of see what he can see.
Mm-hmm.
No, interestingly, neither player bringing any supplies whatsoever.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single supply truck. I mean, nice thing about the mortar half tracks is they are pretty self-sufficient. You know, one of them could use some, supplies right now, as he is out of high explosive ammunition.
Amusingly, we do have 2 squads of Russian infantry. Excuse me, I would say Russian infantry, but 2 squads of infantry diving behind enemy lines here. They're going to be engaging with this 30 cal and this half track, and not for nothing. But that's actually a really, really great call.
Yeah, I like how he brought our leader of that post as well to help bust up the
back
infantry,
roads, yeah.
But also it secures the front line more, as the front line is harder to move when you have a leader unit nearby. So that's really going to secure that flag for now until he needs reinforcements.
But down to the south, in the meantime, we do have a couple of Shermans moving on in, infantry kind of sitting in jump-off points. And I think it's going to be a very, very slow play in the south by Finzent trying to aggress. It's going to be very, very uneasy.
Yeah, he's, I mean, he has the flag, or one of the flags down there, which is definitely helping him out, and it gives them a foothold still on the hill. But yeah, he's going to need a lot bit more, I think, in terms of infantry to safely secure it.
And in the meantime, that 76 mil Sherman was putting shots down on that Tiga. And unfortunately for him, though, we have this Pac 36s on the flank, and that's a tough loss.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a great spot for the Pac 36. Yeah.
Well, we have Pac 40 that's sitting there too, and the Pac 40 says, "Wait a second, I want a piece." And first shot bails out.
Pac 40 does not mess about. Yeah, if he can also secure out Southern Hill, he's gonna have a real good pincher on the town. Down south, we are seeing Mr. Pipan being brought in. A few more Stukas as well.
That is true. I wasn't even thinking about them, but you're absolutely right. And bombs away. That was a big hit. That was a big hit. Worth mentioning in the meantime, too, we are going to see that the northern side is also going to Gensei, as he's just pinching out both of these sides.
Yeah, he's trying to secure the flanks, which is honestly, he's the best call at this moment.
Kind of amusingly, the cut-off trooper, well, he's not behind enemy lines just yet, the officers, though. He's taken up 4 different vehicles, a half-track, machine gun fire. I mean, we have another MG being brought on in. This did exactly what it needed to do. It wasted Vincent's time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like a very good call, yeah. And now he knows there's all this stuff over here, so he can get prepared. And I think he's doing it right now by relocating that Pac 36 on the Southern Hill to get an angle on that corridor. And a JU-87 coming in.
Yep, and there's nothing that's going to be there whatsoever. Yep, first round. Yep, that was a beautiful kill.
Nice, that's how you do it.
He made it easy.
I really do like Koruck, just due to the fact they have all the Stukas. They're not the best planes, of course, but they're just so charming.
They're dependable. Unfortunately, they're very fragile.
Yeah. It's just the little loop-de-loop animation it does when it drops the bombs. It always tickles me every time.
Oh man, but in the meantime, we are going to see the first plane coming over here from Vincent to the north, trying to bomb out part of the chasseurs and those pioneers coming on in. I'm trying to see a T-60, another pioneer coming in. It's a Tiger? Tiger's down, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Yeah. The Pack 36 down south did a really good job, knocked out one of the armored cars, and now it's trying to chase a Sherman because at close range it can use those heat shell ammunition or
Yes, it can. Here's the aiming.
rocket thing. Yeah.
You know,
It's just using regular AP.
I was gonna say 37 AP is good enough for him apparently.
Yeah.
It's crazy because usually you watch the middle part of the field and you say whoever wins the town fight wins the map.
Yeah, and this is kind of... I mean, Gensei... I mean, we're all saying he is doing a good job, but he is actually losing in terms of points.
Mm-hmm.
He's just doing a good job of stabilizing for now. I mean, if finzent was to push a little bit harder in the middle, I think he could pretty much secure the match, as there's really not much secure on the front line anymore.
That's true, but we are into Phase C now, and I'm interested to see whether or not we start seeing some more infantry push out, or if this is Gensei kind of saying, you know what, guys, it was a really great fight with you, I'll catch you all another time.
Mm-hmm. Because this northern push is starting to get bogged down a wee bit. As the Shashu's getting pinned down. That's actually a really crazy, like, weapon loadout squad. 10 recon dudes, 9 of them have SMGs, and 1 of them machine gun. Like, polar opposites of ranges.
No, but you know what? At the same time, that was the tactical doctrine. You fight from less than 75 yards, so you want a lot of unaimed suppression fire.
Yeah, that's a lot of SMGs.
But more Shupos and another mortar to the center, so I think we're going to see a weak attempt at trying to take back the town, even as volunteers coming in from the other side from finzent.
Yeah. I think at this point, finzent will probably start running a little bit lower in terms of just availability, due to the fact of taking a lot of A-phase cards. But we'll have to see how that goes. I mean, in terms of infantry spam, Gensei will be able to outlast finzent, that's for damn sure. Finzent's infantry is a bit more quality, rather.
Yeah, but there's only so many French people you can throw out a problem before people start having an issue with it.
Mm-hmm. Look at the Battle of Verdun.
that's certainly true. I can't think of the guy's name who did that. Oh my gosh.
Oh god. There's so many of I mean, there's so many of them. It's like 4 of them. Seems like German commanders during the First World War.
But there was a guy that was like, you were lions led by donkeys. I mean, there's a wonderfully kind of like petulant podcast literally called Lions Led by Donkeys. They talked about his namesake, and I cannot think why that is, or what his name is.
It's not the dude who turned Nazi, right?
No.
It's not the VC guy.
No, it's not Petan.
Okay, that's true. Okay, yeah.
In the meantime, by the way, mortar half-tracks come forward and realize that not the best plan. One gets picked off immediately. Just at the same time, though, we are going to see down to the south volunteers coming in, and I think that Gensei is now officially rocked on his back foot. There's no way he's coming back from that without a really, really lucky set of engagements.
Yeah, losing both of those hills is a real detriment to his cause. And he is starting to bring in reinforcements in the center, trying to push into the town, but he's in an open field. There's Shermans in there. They have 3-star goddamn veterancy due to the commanders. It's not looking too good, and his planes have been charming, but they haven't been super deadly. I think.
They have been deadly. Unfortunately, the deadliness has also been to their own air crews.
Yeah. Like, they're not being cost efficient, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay, yes. I 100% agree with you there.
Like, our Stukas need to kill, like... Well, I only need to kill 2 Shamans, actually, to pay themselves off. I thought it was free, but it's C2 where the planes are actually pretty cheap.
It is, but at the same time, meanwhile, down at the southern side, say down south, volunteers coming in, and those guys are just brutally effective at close range.
Yeah. Yeah, the French infantry is really good, like I said. Just all the stuff. Even the volunteers, like they're pretty good, even though they're not like a regular infantry squad. But with all the carbines, man, they will, eat your face in.
That is certainly true. They will certainly eat your face.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to watch this T-34 get knocked out by the Sherman. Mark my words. Yep. And another one's going to get donated in just a second. I say, oh no, okay, he's out of Zooks.
If you look down south, we got 2 greyhounds making a muck.
Yeah, I get the feeling that these pioneers, even these, you know, the two, yeah. What was I thinking before? Not Scots, I'm sorry. Greyhounds, you're absolutely right. Scots are the howitzers.
Mm-hmm.
But JU-87 coming on in. Should be able to pick up both of them in one run here. The question is, will he do it before the second half-track dies? Technically, he did.
Kills one. Okay, that's definitely going to slow down reinforcements. That's a really good spot for that greyhound. It's got a very tight line of sight on the road, which is all you really need, just to cut off reinforcements.
And oh man, he doesn't see it anymore. That's so unfortunate.
Yep. We got DB-73 up north. We carpet bombing out forest. Or actually carpet bombing the tiger.
The tiger, yeah.
But will Tiger be able to dodge it? Kind of. I mean, it doesn't care. It's a tiger.
That's true, but the ASPCA is going to have that guy's head.
Mm-hmm.
Or PETA, actually. Maybe PETA will have some.
Dude, if PETA were around World War II, they definitely would have protested against the Germans' use of, cat names for their vehicles.
Or the Russians ordering Mongolian cavalry to charge.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, they would have hated the Mongol horde.
Well, back in the 1200s, it'd be like, yes, this is the ethical use for people. Human shield, save the animals. Now, unfortunately, this early Bofors, I think, without this early Bofors, I think this is a completely different game. I really do.
I feel like that too. Gensei's been trying to leverage the air power, but it hasn't been working for him. Those Stukas can just shut stuff down, but he hasn't been able to do that. He's been spending a lot of money on the Air Force, for really probably could have used, in hindsight, more tanks and anti-tank guns and artillery. Or raise more artillery. I mean, this is SD2, you can't have enough.
It would have helped if he had used his artillery to proper effect, though, too.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the Run 122mm, which he's using to pound the town, but, finzent's 2 mortar half-tracks are just so much superior overall.
Yes, they certainly are.
Do you want to take us to, ×2?
We can certainly do that. 2745?
Yep.
Alright, in that case then. 3, 2, 1 times 2. And, guys, yes, first of all, I mean, I'd love to see second Blindee. Yep. You know, I hated seeing them constantly in SD1, but it's still nice to see an SD1 group over here in SD2.
But yeah.
Yes.
No, it's just really cool seeing them. Also Koruck too. These are both really fun divisions to see in action, as a just so drastically
unique.
Yeah, I was gonna say weird, but I think unique is definitely a more kinder term, because they're both good divisions.
I'd like to point out that finzent actually does have anti-tank guns in his deck. It's a 57mm in the south, but that's it. Oh no, sorry, second one in the center now.
All right.
I think he's starting to run low, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can only really get those 57mm cannons for Blindee, and most of the time people just usually like taking the Wolverines. They had adamantine claws and everything, it's really good armor penetration value.
Well, yeah, man, dude, if the Ruskies ever show up, then you definitely want the Wolverines to show up.
Mm-hmm.
or North Korea / China. I'm not sure which one we're talking about right now.
It was Cubans.
It was Cubans?
Yeah, wasn't the original Red Dawn, wasn't a Cuban-led Russian invasion?
Oh, I'm not sure they're Russian-led, or Cuban-led, but it was definitely the Ruskies.
Yeah, I think it was both. It was weird, and then the new one, was it North Korea? Yeah.
It was North Korea, but if you actually listen to some of the guys in there, they speak Mandarin.
Oh yeah, because they originally wanted to do that film against the Chinese, but you can't really sell it in Chinese markets if you make them the bad guys.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Come on, man, you got to think where all the money is now. That's why you put Matt Damon in a movie, because you'd have to put a white dude in the thing about the Great Wall. and Pedro Pascal, but that's a different thing altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, as we take off the last few seconds here, major thing, major takeaway, you gotta go and barrage an anti-air if you depend as much as you do on that air power.
Yeah, especially when you see like a heavy AA early on. I mean, we say heavy, it's like one bow force, but that's the thing with Koruck. If you really only have the Stukas, you pretty much need clear skies to
Yes,
be
you
able
do.
to take effect.
Well, as you can see right here, Alphonse, 3 Junker kills. Not to say how many different times he stressed him out. Bofors, getting rid of Pippin and 2 more Junkers by himself.
Mad.
So, I mean, that's the tail of the tape, consistently. We have this anti-air, we have 1 freaking Sherman who's a hero taking off everything.
Even a flat gun, jeez.
And from the Lost side of things, you see the biggest killers are probably going to be, other than this 1 T-34, I feel like, probably the Junkers who go in, take 1 shot, 1 opportunity, and then get blown to smithereens.
Yeah. Well, not too,
Shocking.
spread out in terms of kills. Only like a 700 kill difference, so that's pretty good.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. But you know what? That's great, though. It means that we're starting off well with the entire week, and we have some more crazy replays coming on up as well.
Mm-hmm.
So any final thoughts there, Ray?
Good to have you back.
Nice to be back. Folks, I hope you guys are all staying healthy out where you are. Until the next time, though, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.